time when they see my shows. Thinking that it happened overnight, yeah, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite, cause I'm timid. Look,
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are thrilled to once again return to the gateway to the West, the proud city of St. Louis, Missouri. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Cadence, lock in the cadence, lock in the cadence.
They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Allen now looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
We can look at this defense.
They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better and they're out to prove it again in this game.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 8.
On play action, Allen. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted.
Picked off by Quay Walker.
And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Throwing, Jones. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, hey.
Now a give, right side. Eccles. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That is caught.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Back to throw. Jones. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
1st and goal from the 3.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
2nd down and goal. Jones. This is caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Jones. Flushed out right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Condors' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. An early decision point here, Charles. Maybe one we'll look back on later. They go on 4th and goal, and they punch it in for the touchdown.
We always talk about how football is a game of confidence, and that's how you get it right there. Leave your offense out there and tell them I believe in you. And they pay it off with 6 points.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to air one out. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. But you look at this defense, and they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw, it's Allen. Under pressure, and down he goes. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Condors take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Mixing up the middle.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here's Allen to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. fair to say hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal.
Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. He gets this out to Foster on the right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Off the play fake. Jones. That's caught downfield by Neighbors. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin as the first half is winding down. And the Condors would extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt one. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
The final shot before break. Vincent. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Bills 3.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Vincent. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Third down and 6.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
2nd and 9 now. It's caught here by Adams. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw.
Vincent working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They brought in the heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Vincent. He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. From the gun to give to Mixon.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Back to Mixon on first down.
Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw.
Vincent. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Back to throw.
Vincent. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. From 17 yards out.
And the Bills are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On first down, Eccles down to about the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 45-yard line.
Off play action, Jones. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. It was Von Miller who shot in there to get him down.
Brings up third down.
Here is third and quite a ways. Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back now here on EA Sports. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. The stop for no gain brings up second and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw. Vincent. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Bills on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. On the move to his left. A short one there, caught by Likely. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bills first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Back to throw. Vincent. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Vincent. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. And some room to roam now. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
65 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Half 18. At the 11-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half,